Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Phlinger, and I'm always trying to help everybody get the best quality start they can in Ark Survival Ascended. What dinos do you tame? In what specific order? Which ones will actually help you out more in the long run and actually get you the best leg up as you're going into the game. So without further ado, let's start talking about the best 10 dinos that you can tame before level 50. Now, I gotta tell you, granted, the Thylacoleo would be on this list, but unfortunately, Thylacoleo is level 51. So that is just shy of this, or else it would be on this list. I know I'm going to get some comments down below. Also, if it involves any kind of paid anything other than the base game, it is not on this list. So yeah, no Pyromanes. And of course, no Meguanas. They would most certainly be on this list, but yeah, no paid for stuff. So yeah, vanilla base game only. Let's get started. All right, and to start off, one of the best early game tames you could possibly get is the Triceratops. These guys are absolutely phenomenal for getting all your berry needs that you want. Also, I mean, with their pushback and, yeah, their ability to tank things, you can go up against Rex's early game with these guys. Their saddle comes in at level 16, and it's just really impressive what these guys will actually do for you. It's really good. So yeah, Triceratops, number 10 on the list, and for very, very good reason. All right, coming in at level 9 on this list is the Moschops. These guys right here, they are absolutely fantastic early game tames. You can actually find these guys on the beaches, just wandering around on just about every single map that has a beach, or, you know, going into some of the jungles and everything like that. And you can tame these guys and ride these guys at level 1. Now, what it takes to actually tame them is kind of dependent on each individual Moschops. Sometimes it's giant bee honey, sometimes it's a tinto berry, sometimes it's prime meat. You just never know. The only way to do is go up to it and ask. You walk up to it, and then it'll tell you exactly what it wants. If you give it that, well, guess what? This Moschops is now yours, and you can take them and you can ride them, and then you can even gather all sorts of different things. It will gather berries for you. It'll gather fiber. It'll gather wood and thatch even. I mean, granted, not very much wood, but it'll still get you quite a bit of thatch. And then once you get up a little bit higher level, and it levels up for you, you can even level up how well it'll actually harvest, which to me is kind of amazing, actually. I mean, you can level up how much rare flowers you get, which is huge. You can gather up how much, or you can raise up how much organic polymer it's going to get, and it gets one of these for every level that it goes up. So right now, I've only got one level in this guy, so if I say I want to go on that right there, and then I level him up a few more times, it'll give me more. So now right here, we're actually up to 119% organic polymer of what it normally would. It's pretty good. And then they also have the extra added bonus of once you really outgrow what they will actually help you out with the writing, and then the high hit points that they have, and then the gathering. Once you outgrow that and you get a little bit higher level, they can still stick around for superior kibble. It's amazing. Yeah, there's superior kibble laying, egg laying dinosaurs, which will help you tame all sorts of different things. Moschops, you definitely want at least a couple of these in your base. It's amazing. All right, coming in at number 8 on this list is the Pteranodon. These guys, I mean, granted, a lot of people consider these the first flyers that they get, and rightfully so. Their saddle is unlocked at level 38, and it's actually rather easy to craft. So make sure you have one of these guys either tamed up or taming by the time you hit level 38. That way there you can just take flight almost immediately. They are absolutely impressive, and all it takes is a bola and a crossbow with a trank arrow, or you can even do it with a bow with a trank arrow. Just make sure when you're knocking them out in their bullet, you aim for right here on the back of their head, and it just knocks them out really, really efficiently and effectively. Use prime meat to tame them up, and they're actually really good. But once you have them, I would recommend that you level up your stamina as much as possible. Also, just remember that they have rather low weight, But they will totally get you around in the early game until you can get something better. Although getting into the later game, they still have uses because they're so fast. They're much faster than most other flyers. And then also they can dish out some pretty serious damage, especially with their barrel roll attack. And that's why they come in at number 8. All right, number 7 really isn't a specific, well, it's not a one dino. It's more of the pair of these guys because big bases, they don't build themselves. And you are going to absolutely need not one of these, but both of them in order to actually build the kind of bases that you want, like the one I've got over there. Now, the first one is the Doedicurus. These guys just absolutely phenomenal for gathering up just about all the stone that you possibly could want. They have weight reduction on stone. They gather stone really well. These guys, they live and breathe stone, but don't try to feed them stone because they actually eat berries. But yeah, just know these guys, they're going to gather up all the stone that you possibly could want. Now, pair this with a mammoth, and this is where the real magic comes in, because mammoths have the special ability of gathering so much wood from just about anything. Also, they gather a ton of berries, and also they have some pretty cool attacks that debuff all the local wildlife around you. It's really cool, and also they get weight reduction, I mean a substantial weight reduction on wood as well. So yeah, Doedicurus and Mammoth, these guys, you definitely need one of these, well, one of each of these in your playthrough, and they will help you out quite considerably. So Doedicurus, Mammoth, yeah, coming in. Also, the Doedicurus' saddle is craftable at level 34, and the Mammoth saddle is crafted at level 31, so you can easily get these guys very early game. All right, coming next up at number 6 is the Anky, or the Ankylosaurus. These guys are super good for all of your metal needs, all of your crystal needs, and gathering all of your flint. I didn't pair them with the other two just because these guys have so much more use other than just, you know, berries and wood, and then stone and stone and stone. These guys right here will get you all of the metal that you possibly could want. Not only do they gather it, but they also have an insane weight reduction on it as well, but they also gather a ton of crystal for you as well. And also, when you just need flint, yeah, forget about it. These guys will get you so much flint. It's absolutely impressive. So yeah, Anky, these guys, you're definitely going to want at least 1 or 2, maybe even 3. When you get into the later games, you're going to want to pair them up with some Argents, just so where you have as much metal as you possibly need for all your Ark Survivor needs. It's absolutely amazing. And these guys, their saddle, you can craft it at level 36. So make sure that you have one of these in your repertoire by the time you at least get there, or shortly thereafter. Can't go wrong with an Anky. You just really can't. All right, now we're halfway through the list, and number 5, oh man, this is a doozy. This one is so good and will help you out so well. It is the Equus. If you're able to actually get one of these early on in the game, you can tame them at level 10 passively, or, you know, once you actually have one, well, here, let me back up here for a sec. Once you actually tame them at level 10, you can ride them right away without the saddle that you can actually craft at level 20. But once you put the saddle on these guys, I mean, for these guys, they have their own mortar and pestle inside of their saddle. It's really amazing what these guys can do. Plus, also, you can craft the lasso once you have their saddle, which allows you to grab hold of other smaller dinosaurs and then drag them around. Things that you normally wouldn't be able to put into a taming pen, well, guess what? You can now drag it in there, whether it likes it or not. It's really cool. Also, not only that, they also will gather up plenty of berries for you, so where you can just put spoiled meat in their inventory, go over, craft your narcotics while you're going, and then, I mean, even to add it to that, they even have a torpor back kick. So where when you right click and you go up to a dinosaur, you can absolutely use the back kick to knock it out. Just be careful while you're doing that you watch your stamina, because they will drain through their stamina pretty dang quickly. But yeah, Equus, if you're able to get one of these early on, I mean, it really, really will change your game, which is another reason why I say that when you're starting out in the early game, get those crops up and going as quick as possible. So where if you do see an Equus that you're able to tame, you'll have the carrots ready for it and just ready to go. Man, because I mean, on the offshoot chance that you're able to get an Equus, yeah, it's game changing. Absolutely game changing. Level 20 for the saddle. One of the best early game tames that you can get. All right, and for number 4 on this list, well, we're heading over to Extinction. If you are on the Extinction map or one that has these on it, these guys are absolutely amazing. And of course, we're talking about the Gachas. These guys, I mean, forget about it. Their saddle is obtainable at level 38, which means that you can freely ride them around, but also mean you can passively tame them and not even worry about putting a saddle on it, and then you still end up getting all of these cool resources that they'll just give you. All you have to do is grab something that'll gather up berries, put it in their inventory, and then just turn them on whichever production that you want. Now, the production that you get is randomized through the different ones, but I mean, say this one right here, he gets organic polymer. Well, I've got my Pegomastax right next to him, picking up a whole ton of organic polymer ones. It helps out tremendously. I've got another one paired right here that has oil and silk and gems. I've got another one over here that's got black pearls on it, which is absolutely amazing for going and crafting all the tech stuff later on. It's really amazing what those guys will actually give you. Just remember, if you have a mated pair, you can set them next to each other like these two, but if you have another pair of them, you have to put them at least 7 foundations away, or else they'll just stop providing anything. They'll have a big frowny face on them, and then they'll just stop. But once they have a smile, like these guys right here, they'll freely produce the ones that we determine for them. Or if you don't want them to produce just one, you can just put on random, and then it'll go through and craft all the different things that you want. Also, if you have some loot that you just don't care about anymore, put it on them. You have a high chance of actually getting more loot, different roll on different loots from them. It's pretty cool, and it's all determined by their crafting skills. So the higher level ones you can get with the higher crafting, it really helps out. But if you can get lower level ones, you can still get the resources from them just as well. All right, and speaking of crops and herbivores and taming herbivores and doing all sorts of other cool things with herbivores, well, guess what? Next on the list at number 3, and their saddle is craftable at level 45, is the Archelon. These guys are so good. I mean, they're very, very tanky, and yeah, I mean, these guys, I mean, look at this. This guy's got 20,000 health. So good. Also, for getting underneath the water and exploring and figuring out all the cool places where you can get loot and all sorts of other things, these guys will do it, and they'll do it in style. Their saddle provides water breathing while you're on the saddle or close by. Here, let me show you here. As you go down, you'll notice that we have the bubbles right here that are Archelon air bubbles, and they provide water breathing for us while we're on the saddle and near the saddle. We can be about this close before the buff wears off. If we go about over here, it'll go away right like that, but when we get closer, it'll pop right back up, which means that we can just go just about anywhere underwater and freely breathe without having to worry about too much stuff. And why am I gathering up? Let me get on the saddle. All right, but yeah. Now also, these guys have a pretty amazing special ability, is that when you're out of the water, not much aggro's on them, which means that if you're going to be going out and doing things where an Archelon will fit, yeah, you can do it and nothing is going to mess with you. I found that out kind of by accident. But yeah, also, another cool thing that these guys do is if you go over them, you open up the reticule, and then you'll have this thing that says gather algae. They slowly will gather up to a stack of 14 algae on their back just over time by them being out. And when you go up and you gather it, it'll put it into your inventory. And that right there is, I mean, it's not as good as kibble for herbivores, but you know how mutton from sheep is used to tame up carnivores, and then it's better than prime meat. Well, the algae that comes off these guys' backs is better than, veggies for taming up herbivores. It's not as good as kibble, but it's a hell of a lot better than veggies, and it is absolutely amazing. So yeah, if you can get one of these guys early on, it will help you out tremendously, which is why they come in at number 3. All right, now for the next on the list, number 2, we are heading over to Scorched Earth, because if you have access to either Scorched Earth or you have access to a desert biome, you're going to run into number 2, and these guys are absolutely amazing. We're talking about the Mantis. Now, these guys, they're tamed with deathworm horns, which kind of unfortunate, or you can use rhino horns as well. If you do that, then I would recommend using that, because you can get these guys, put a saddle on it at level 45, and these guys will be the best gatherers you can possibly get, while the Doedicurus and the Mammoth and the Anky are really, really good. The only one that really kind of outshines these guys is the Anky for the weight reduction. But these guys, they will gather up so much stuff for you. Here, let me show you. And I mean, if you're just like this and you're wandering around, well, it'll gather up fiber for you, just like that. But if you put a pick in his hand, wrong button again. All right, if you put a pick in his hand, you can go and you can get just a ton of thatch this way. Also, you can get a ton of flit this way, and just about anything that you can gather up with that. Now, if you were to take and you were going to put, say, a hatchet in his hand, well, guess what? Now you're gathering wood, and you're gathering it super, super fast. It's absolutely impressive, because these guys, they're not like the other ones where they need to stop. You can just mow down entire trees, entire forests, really, and just keep going. The only thing that really stops them is their weight. But if you can get a nice high-level one and you can breed and imprint them, you can get their weight just off the charts amazing. It is so good. Yeah, mantises, absolutely amazing, and I would thoroughly recommend that you get these guys. Now, also, these guys, they're not just good gathering dinos. They pack one heck of a punch, because if you're playing on Scorched Earth, Mantis saddles, they drop like candy throughout all of Scorched Earth. It's one of those things. It just happens. You're gonna have many Mantis saddles that you're just throwing away at the end of your playthrough. But using those, these guys, they pack one heck of a punch, especially when you take and you put like a pick or a pike in their inventory, and they will just go start beating the living crap out of just about anything. Here, let me show you. And combine that with their jump attack, and they just, yeah, they make mincemeat of just about anything, which is generally why their melee damage is so low on the Tame. You'll get one, you're like, why is it only 216? Well, because it has the multiplier, because you can put a pick in, or a pike in. Yeah, that's why. So, yeah, mantises, these guys are absolutely amazing, and I would encourage you to get one, and that's why they come in at number 2. They will absolutely just change how you gather things, and they'll do it so, so fast. All right, now for number 1 on this list, well, this one right here is, well, yeah, it's the Baryonyx. Now, I recently did a 5 tame challenge where I was only able to tame 5 dinosaurs and go through and beat the bosses. And the very first one that I got was this one, for very good reason. Baryonyxes are absolutely just amazing. They get you loot from going and doing the caves, because not only are they the #1 best dinosaur for doing the majority of the caves, they are also amazing for going underwater, getting a whole bunch of stuff. Also, they're absolutely amazing for just as a daily driver mount that will get you from point A to point B. And then combine that with their regeneration abilities, and also the fact that you can fire off their saddle. I mean, it's just absolutely phenomenal. Baryonyxes are, I mean, yeah, they're great. You can jump, you can get into the water, you can use their tail swipe to even stun alpha sharks. which I mean, there's loot right there in that as well. And I mean, come on, everybody knows who plays Ark. Loot is what makes the world go round. It really is. It makes you, gives you better gear. It gives you a better chance of surviving. It gives you a better chance of getting new saddles for your other dinos. And the easiest way of getting that, Baryonyx, because they're just amazing inside of these caves. It's so, so good. And yeah, I mean, put some fish meat in their inventory and they'll just regenerate amazingly quickly. Yeah, which is why they are my number one dino that, yeah, number one before 50. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the list. I hope it helps you out with your playthroughs, and also keep your eyes out for these dinos as you're going through, because if you're just starting out in the game and you see one of these and you're able to tame it, then chances are it's going to really improve your play session. So yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. I really appreciate it. If you're new around here, subscribe. And until next time, this is Phlinger, and take it easy, everybody.